Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Nano coming to you live from my kitchen. You know what it is. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are great. I'm doing great. Thanks for tuning in here today at Nano's Kitchen. I'm Nano. I got a very interesting recipe for you all today. I'm making veggie patties. I didn't even come up with the idea. My mother gave me the idea a while back ago, and ever since I have not stopped making them. I make them often now. It's become one of my favorites. I say everything's my favorite, man. I love food. Everything's my favorite. And so, yeah, very delicious. So many vitamins, so many minerals, so many nutrients, proteins, carbs, healthy fats. I mean, we got a little bit of everything in this dish, in this recipe. And so I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys try it at home and let me know how it goes. So, gather your ingredients and let's go. Alright everybody, here's a list of the ingredients you will need to make these patties. So grab your ingredients and meet me in the kitchen. So first off, we're going to start off by opening 1 pound or 1 bag of lentils, putting them into a pot, rinsing them out really well, wash them 2 or 3 times. And then I'm going to add in some salt. The water should be clear like this. It should be just nice and not murky. Wash it a couple times through. We're going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of salt. And we're going to put this on the stove to boil on high heat for about 15 minutes before adding in the quinoa. While the lentils are cooking, you can go ahead and put your quinoa into a fine strainer or into a bowl, whatever you have, whatever you like, and wash them as well. We're using half a bag, which is half a pound. So I like to do a 1 pound to half a pound ratio from lentils to quinoa. After about 15 minutes of boiling the lentils, you're going to add in your washed quinoa. And you're going to cook them for another 15 minutes. Stir that thing. You don't need to add anything else because you already added the salt from the beginning. And then this is how it should look when it is finished. Just nice, and the lentils are good. The quinoa is beginning to sprout. So after 15 minutes, turn that off, strain the water in the same strainer, and just set that aside for now. While you're cooking this, you can also do what I'm about to do right now, prep the rest of your stuff. For the video, I just showed it first, but you can definitely do this. So you're going to start off with 2 cloves of garlic. You're going to chop them up really, really tiny. Everything that we do in this recipe, you want to chop it up as finely, as tiny as you can possibly get it, just for the patties to form better. You're going to chop up 1 bell pepper into tiny pieces as well. Like I said, the smaller you can get it, the better. Just cut them as small as you can, and then once you get them into small bits, just kind of run your knife through everything again. Just keep going, keep running, keep working it to get it really, really fine. I'm going to chop up 1 poblano pepper into small, tiny pieces. If you have a food processor, you might be able to put all of this into the food processor, and that might help you and save you a lot of time. I don't have one, so I'm just chopping everything by hand, which I don't mind. It's what makes the food taste really great, just putting all that time and effort into it. So you want to just chop. And then I'm going to add in 2 jalapenos. Again, I'm going to chop these into very tiny pieces, as small as you can get them. I like my food a little spicy, so 2 jalapenos always does it for me as a minimum. Sometimes I add 3. And again, you want to just keep working that knife, keep passing it through. Just get really, really get all up in there. Next, I'm going to chop up 8 to 10 mushrooms into tiny pieces. These mushrooms were kind of small, so I say 8 to 10. You could also do 4 or 5. And again, you want to just keep on chopping and working your knife through it. See how tiny little chunks are? The smaller, the better. I'm also going to grab 1 handful of cilantro and chop it into fine little pieces as well. Just mince. Careful with those fingers. Just keep passing that knife through. And we're adding all of this to a bowl, okay? So all of this is getting into the same bowl. We're also going to chop 2 heads of broccoli crowns. First, I like to shave off the little ends, the heads, and then I save the stem for a little later. So you want to just keep chopping. And like I said, save the stem. We're going to use that in a little bit. So then we're also going to chop 1 onion into tiny pieces. Peel the skin off, shave it into small little rings, and then just chop it up into tiny little pieces. Just keep working that knife, till you get small little chunks. The smaller the better, like I said. Try not to cry. Hold back them tears. And so then now we're gonna grate some stuff. So we're gonna cut off the ends of 2 zucchinis. You can also add squash if you'd like. I like to do zucchinis for this recipe. And you're gonna you're gonna use a grater, and you're gonna try to use the smallest part of the grater that you have, and you want to grate the whole thing. You want to grate both of the zucchinis. Once you grate them both, they should look something like this. Just nice little fine particles. You're gonna add that into your bowl or pot as well. Like I said, all this is gonna go into one whole mixture. You're gonna grate both broccoli stems. Like I said, we used 2 broccoli crowns, so the stems, you didn't want to throw them away. You can also use them, grate them into small little tiny chunks as well. And this is what you should get. Again, we're gonna add all of this into our mixture. And it's kind of work, I'm not gonna lie. This probably took me the longest to grate was a carrot. Again, you take 1 carrot, you're gonna grate it into small little pieces. And hey, I'm not gonna lie, I got tired, man. I got tired grating these things. I don't know, just all that back and forth motion. Definitely, man. Cooking is a whole workout. I ain't even gonna lie. So this is what you get, just fine little shredded carrot. We're gonna add all this into a mixture. So now that we finished all of our ingredients, prepping them, we're going to add half of the mixture into a pot, anything into a bowl, anything that you have that you have plenty of room to work with. I use it in the same pot that I cooked the lentils and quinoa in, just because it's big. I have a lot of room to work in, and you'll see why right now, because we have to use our hands and stuff like that. So we're gonna add in only half the mixture, and with that, we're going to add in 1 to 1.5 cups of flax meal. This is just gonna help bind everything together. It's gonna help everything stick together. We're also going to add in 1.5 cups to 2 cups of quinoa flour. And if you don't have quinoa flour, you can use oatmeal, blend that up and get oatmeal flour. You can use regular flour. You can use garbanzo bean flour. I mean, honestly, you can use any kind of flour that you have. I just have quinoa flour at the moment, so that's what I'm using. We're going to add in 1 to 2 tablespoons of black pepper. I think just 1 is good, but 2, if you like it a little more on the peppery side, 2 is fine. We're going to add in 2 tablespoons of salt. This is where a lot of the flavor comes in as well from the veggies, but the salt definitely gives it a nice little flavor. I'm going to also add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. This just kind of helps with the sticking together, and so it doesn't stick to the pan. I'm also going to add a little bit of oil to the pan when I cook these too, so if you want to hold back on this step, you can. I just like to add a little bit because it helps with the binding and the non-sticking. So add in some olive oil. Then we're gonna add in the rest of our veggies to the mixture. This is where the fun really, really begins. I mean, everything is fun, right? But this is where we get down and dirty with it. So you add another half of the mixture. Make sure you have some clean hands, and you just get up in there. You start working with your hands. Really get in there and squeeze and flick the wrist, and just keep working at it for a minute or two, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I mean, however long you need. Keep working everything together, and they should look like this. It should look just nice and thick. Everything's well mixed in there. Now it's time to form our patties. You can clean your hands. You can just do it like that. Just grab a nice little palm-sized chunk and just start patting it left to right, back to back, kind of like you're making tortillas, just kind of like you're making a patty. And then you're going to place it on the griddle on medium heat. So you want to turn on a pan, a griddle, put it on medium heat, and you want to, as you make these patties, just start placing it on there. And you're going to keep on repeating this process as many times as necessary, as many patties as you want to make. Just keep on forming these little patties and put them on your pan, on your griddle. And of course, you might have to wait a little bit. You know, if you say your griddle can fit 4 or 5 patties, and you have to cook those and wait, and then you're gonna have to add some more right now. You know, you might have to wait a little bit, but that's fine. Patience is key, everybody. So we formed our patties, and this is pretty much what it looks like when I'm placing them on the griddle. So when you place them down, you want to kind of press them out to flatten them out. Just kind of press them down with your hand. You don't have to press them down. You don't want them too flat, but you don't want them to be too thick so the inside can cook well. So you place them all on there. And then, like I said, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil just to help prevent sticking. They shouldn't stick anyways, but if you want to be a little more on the safer side, add in a little bit of oil. And you're going to cook 5 to 7 minutes on each side. You don't want to keep flipping back and forth. You want to let them brown up nice on one side. So after about 5 to 7 minutes, you're going to flip it, and boom, you're going to wait. And then when you flip it, give it a nice little press. This is where you want to flatten them down. You don't want to just like
break them either, but you definitely want to flatten them down again, like I said, so the inside can cook very, very well. Be careful when you flip. Try not to burn yourself. Just be very careful. And again, we didn't use too much oil, so it's not oil. There's no oil jumping all over the place. It was just enough just to kind of get a little browning on the side. Patting down, and again, you're going to cook this side for about another 5 to 7 minutes. After about 5 to 7 minutes, you just want to give them one more little flip just to kind of check the other side. Make sure both sides are cooked nice and evenly, nice and well. And then this is how you can tell when they're really cooked. When you see a good little browning on both sides, not burnt, just a nice little color. And they're ready to go. Remove from the pan and enjoy. Plate your plate. I like to add a little avocado with mine. Add a little bit of parsley or some mint. And you're good to go. Enjoy.
Hey yo, what's good everybody? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a great time making it for you. Veggie patties, you seen it yourself. Try it at home. Let me know how it goes. You guys are in for a treat. They taste so good. Super delicious. You have so many flavors in there. Oh my gosh, you guys are in for a good one. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please tune in next time for another amazing recipe here at Nano's Kitchen. Peace.